Welcome to Galaxy Log, a monthly video about observing galaxies that would be best seen in the upcoming month's dark window or near new moon. We will choose 3 galaxies for prime observation, with one each for smaller telescopes up to 5 inches, medium scopes 6 to 12, and large scopes over 12 inches. Galaxy observing can be the most challenging type of astronomical observing, but at the same time the most rewarding, which makes observing these grand islands of the universe the pinnacle of observational astronomy. As with many astronomical objects beyond our solar system, the darker the skies you observe in, the better. But you can still enjoy many galaxies from less than dark skies. In the video we will show an image of each galaxy and have its most common catalog number, constellation it resides, coordinates in right ascension and declination, magnitude, surface brightness, and size. We will discuss observing each galaxy and some tips to help you get the most from your telescope, eyepieces, sky conditions, and your eye. As with many things, galaxy observation can be subjective to each person, so what one person observes may not be seen by all. For there can be factors involved, such as quality of optics, sky conditions, and the individual eye. Galaxy observing can require some patience, skill, and yes, even practice. Galaxy Log was originally from the old days, when, like many astronomy clubs, the use of mail newsletters was the way members would get information about club activities and, of course, write-ups about observing. In the newsletter, I would choose 3 galaxies that would be best seen in the upcoming month's dark window, and write in the particulars of each galaxy, as in catalog number, constellation, magnitude, surface brightness, and size. Add the Galaxy Log, I would also do a write-up about observing a monthly deep sky object. So with the modern media format we have today, I thought bringing back Galaxy Log in a video series made sense. So in a way we combine the original Galaxy Log with those write-ups about observing a particular deep space object. Okay, now what is this obsession with galaxies? Well, it goes back to my youth, in a particular 1960s sci-fi program whose ending credits had these marvelous black and white galaxy photos from the great observatories of the time. Also just what galaxies are, as in huge islands in the depths of the great sea of space. Observing them conjures up the imagination from deep down of what's out there, or thinking how long the light has been traveling until some of those photons are collected by the optics of my telescope, then my eye. Truly a connection with the great wealth and vastness of time and space. I do say you can observe galaxies from less than dark skies, but of course if you can observe from a good dark site, this will make a huge difference. Usually the most transparent skies, at least here in the US Northeast, are after a passage of a cold front, so some weather knowledge is something to have. Size or aperture of a telescope, and here of course bigger is better, but again there are numerous galaxies that can be seen in very modest sized telescopes. I do suggest good quality optics no matter of size, and keeping them fairly clean. Also make sure the optics are well collimated. As for eyepieces, some are of course better than others. Some of the more expensive eyepieces are favored for their optical quality and coatings. These eyepieces are usually very good at reducing light scattering as well as very good light transmission. Some of the more common type of eyepiece designs, like orthoscopic and plasma designs, are quite good, but at the cost of a restricted field of view and very tight eye relief. There are some new eyepieces on the market today that are pretty affordable. They do pretty well in reducing light scatter and good light transmission. Many of these have a good sized field of view and fairly long eye relief. First, if you're a smoker or like alcoholic beverages, I would highly suggest not before and of course during observing. Both reduce the maximum light sensitivity you get from your eyes, which are of course the other very important optics for observing galaxies. Get a good night's sleep the night prior to your observing session, and if possible, a short nap before you head out. Tired eyes and body are a huge obstacle when observing. Make sure your caloric intake is enough for keeping your body batteries charged throughout the entire night. This will help in a positive way your eyes for observing. If your vision is fine in both eyes, don't alternate your eyes at the eyepiece. Also try an eye patch. Both alternating eyes and the use of an eye patch will help stymie fatigue. Some like the use of a hood of a cover over their head to block stray light and to maximize their dark adaptness. The use of averted vision is a big plus. I do recommend trying to push power on many of these galaxies, and as I mentioned in the intro, to be patient. At times when the seeing conditions are poor, there are moments when the scene does settle and some previously missed detail can now be seen. With some of these suggestions, my hope is your galaxy observing will be more rewarding and much more enjoyable. The smallest and newest is a 4-inch f10 achromat refractor that gives me very nice views for 4 inches of aperture. Next to the 4-inch and the smaller of my mid-size scopes is a 6-inch f6.5 achromat refractor, which has a nice compact design, good optics, and sits on a go-to mount. The largest of my refractors is an 8-inch f9 high-quality achromat, nicknamed the Beast. This scope has shown me the capability of a quality large refractor in deep space observing. This big refractor also sits on top of a go-to mount. Next is my 12.5-inch f4.8 Dob, which is a homemade scope from 1993. The quality optics are commercial made. A 12.5-inch Dob is what I call the baby of the big Dobs. And lastly, in my current largest scope, a 22-inch f4.5 Dob, which of course is my Go Deep scope, and provides photo-like detail on many objects. Frank Colosimo has been, like me, interested in the night sky for more than 40 years. He was bitten by the astrophotography bug in 2004. As a deep space enthusiast, in 2005 he purchased his first CCD camera for deep space objects. Then the next big step came in 2007 when he purchased land in the foothills of the Pocono Mountains and built his own observatory, called Blue Mountain Vista Observatory. He now uses a 12.5-inch f8 astrograph for most of his wonderful deep space images. Over 25 years ago, Dan Acker, my wife Sherry, and I had an idea of starting our own astronomy club, hence the Chessman Astronomical Society was born. Heavily dedicated to observational astronomy as its backbone, which this tradition carries on today in a big way. Many large and impressive telescopes of all types within the membership of the Chessman is a stamp of the dedication to viewing the treasures of the night sky far beyond Earth. At the same time, we love to share the wonders of the night sky with the public by hosting monthly star parties, as well as our annual huge public star party called CAS Starfest. So I hope this video has encouraged you more to observe these grand objects we call galaxies. And remember, there's an amazing universe all around us. Explore it. Galaxy Log, an intro, is a production of Have a Stellar Birthday. We work with light, time, and people. And by Blue Mountain Vista Observatory, where amateur astronomers can install their equipment under dark skies and then image the heavens remotely over the internet. Special thanks to the Chessman Astronomical Society, dedicated to observational astronomy for more than 25 years. And the music of Dave Luxton.